Hello America, my name is William Garlington and welcome to ConservativesViewpoint.com. If you've been following us for the last 5 weeks, you already know that our mission is to help educate, help inform as many Americans as we can when it comes to the expansion and the protection of conservative values within America, while we try to eliminate liberalism within America. We welcome all Americans, especially those liberals and moderates, to this site. Today is December the 22nd, 2010, a Wednesday. And for all those Americans out there, we're getting close to Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and safe travels. But if you have been watching us for the last 5 weeks, we come to you Monday through Friday, rain or shine, and we broadcast through YouTube, and we park all of our broadcasts onto our website for you to view over the next 2 years, because we will be doing this, educating and informing America. And this week and next week, we are going to be talking about the top 10 domestic issues that are important to this site. Yesterday, we talked about education and what we felt that we need to do in America to rid ourselves of the public school system and to privatize it. Monday, we talked about taxation and the fair tax and eliminating the Internal Revenue Service. Today is one of the hardest domestic issues, and I don't even know if I have all the answers. I am just going to come at you and just tell it like it is and to see if we've got some time. But it's on health care, health policies, healthcare policies, healthcare reform, etc. We've all talked about it. I'm in the industry myself, and so we're going to talk about that today. But first, as always, we talk about liberals, and the liberals or liberalism is tied to the Democratic Party. If you run into a Democrat, 95% of them are all liberal, okay? 5% are in the Democratic Party. They don't even know why they're there. That's where we come in, where we need to educate those folks. But when you think about those two entities, you have to think about the Scrooge, the Grinch, the guy that is making everything crappy, Barack Obama. And his last days are numbered. We don't need to elect this cat in 2012. Or see this angry lady, First Lady Michelle Obama, anymore. Even when she smiles, she looks angry. We got to get rid of Joe Biden. He needs to be gone. Joe Biden's an idiot, okay? So, Joe Biden, and then Dingledorf #1, Nancy Pelosi. We clipped her wings. Come January, she will no longer be the Speaker of the House, but maybe in 2012 we can oust her. Then we've got Harry Reid, who wants to give the finger to all of America. There he is. He barely squeaked by. Maybe in 2 years we can get Congress to become, the Republican, or hopefully we feel the Conservative Party, and oust this cat. But we've got Barney Frank. Have no idea why Massachusetts continues to re-elect and re-elect and re-elect this fucking loser, okay? We've got an angry Hillary Clinton. She's going to run. She's going to run in 2012. And sources say that she will probably get the nod, and possibly Barack Obama may not. But don't let her fool you. She's not a moderate. She is a liberal. And don't let this slick Willie back into the office. Please don't. Okay? And John Kerry, again, Massachusetts. People, you got to wake up, okay? Because the haves, which I just showed you, they want entitlements to continue within America. They want the handouts to continue to the illegal immigrants, to the poor people, to the lazy people, because if you give a have-not who's lazy and not willing to work, blah, 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 they keep the power, because they've already got the dough, they've already got the chick or the dude, they want to continue having the power. We need to rid ourselves of the Democratic Party, because it's just causing us all to become slaves. Okay, I was born in 1959, and I have felt a slave ever since Reagan left office, okay? We've just backslid, all right? If you come across a liberal, a true liberal, piss on him or her. If you come across a person that's in the Democratic Party that is confused, bring them to this site or let them listen to conservatives like Limbaugh, Beck, Hannity, Bortz, and educate them, okay? So we're going to be talking about healthcare. This is our third of top 10 domestic issues in America. I've done some comparisons, but I'm just going to come right at you, okay? The healthcare industry is so confusing. I work for a company that is supplemental healthcare, and this company is widely known, and I don't need to tell you who it is. But when I come across individuals that can afford $11 a policy or less, and they elect not to take it based upon whatever reason, and it's not for me to say, it confuses me. So simply said, I will tell you this. The federal government does not have any right to tell you or I to get insurance. That would be like for me to demand that every person I enroll or try to enroll, they have to take my insurance. No, it's voluntary. On the flip side, though, if a person elects not to have major medical or supplemental health care insurance and gets deathly ill and is in trouble, etc., the federal government does not really need to take care of those folks. We're all big boys and big girls, and we need to put aside our stupidity and budget and get something. Something's better than nothing. And what I tell my folks is something's better than nothing. If you can afford major medical and still get some supplemental to offset those out-of-pocket expenses or the expenses of you being ill or injured, so be it. But something's better than nothing. So let's kind of see what we can say in the next 3 minutes. Universal health care in America, no, we don't need it, okay? Because it puts you in a waiting list, it puts you in chains by the federal government. And again, the federal government sucks when it comes to doing any kind of business, profit, anything like that. They suck. It needs to be privatized like it is now. However, the companies, the 2 or 3 that are getting, lobbyists into the pockets of politicians and having their way, well, they ought not to have their way. They ought to be regulated to a degree so that you can open up to other privatized companies who may want to get into the insurance business like Major Medical. And then we need to spread it across the entire country. We don't need Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Massachusetts, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of California. We need to have Blue Cross and Blue Shield or United Healthcare or etc., etc. And also, I don't believe that an employer should be paying health care to his employees. Okay? It would be nice possibly to retain it, but again, if you left that employer, you lose those health care benefits, i.e., that's where I come in. I sell supplemental to these folks who say no most of the time still, and that they said yes, if they left the institution where they worked, they would own the product. And it never goes up in price, not like Major Medical. So I tell you folks, there are a lot of things that we can do, but we've got to educate ourselves. The federal government and the lawsuits, that's got to be taken in consideration and taken out of the ramifications, because that increases. But then again, if you get your Major Medical and you happen to have an ailment, I'm sorry, you're probably stuck with that Major Medical. But that Major Medical should not raise its rates, and if it does, it raises their rates based upon that person losing their services to competition, and then put a moratorium that if a person did get an ailment like strokes or heart disease or whatever and is stuck, then that person ought not to have his rates raised. I believe in individual health care, and I believe that rates should be locked in for a period of time, guaranteed for a period of time. But there's a lot of things that we need, but we do not need universal health care. We do not need the federal government running the show. We do not need intervention into this. But then again, we need some regulations, and this is why this particular subject matter is one of the hardest, if not the hardest, to discuss. So, we're out of time. Go to my website, conservativesviewpoint.com. Check out the web store, Battle 2010, Liberals versus Conservatives. They're all there. We've talked about it. $7.95 for the singleton, $12.95 for the set. These are conservatives and liberals of all shapes and sizes. Until tomorrow, be good, America. Go find a liberal, educate that liberal, and let's defeat liberalism one American at a time. Good night.